Hello, welcome to Identity Talk with EJ here at BTV. This is the only show where we keep it real, relatable, and relevant. Today, I want us to share about something that is very, very important and has been going on and known, especially among the youth. There is this thing, I don't know if I can call it a career or an economy, but it is the so-called the gig economy. Very many young people are indulging in this business and making lots of money. And some of us there, you don't know about this. You don't know how to utilize your phone. You don't know how you can sit in the comfort of your home and use your phone, use your laptop, actually make lots of money. How you might be asking yourself, how is this done and how can it be very possible for me to be in the comfort of my home with my own smartphone and just buy mobile data and earn money? But today I have someone who has been in this career, in this gig economy, who has accumulated money from it, who has really benefited from this career. I don't know if it's really a career that someone earns, or I don't know if it is a skill. I don't know what it is. I'm not a social media guy, so I really don't know how people are making lots of money on social media. I don't know how this is done, but today we shall go deep into it, and then we shall have to know how is this done. This guy knows it all, and I have seen him do it. I want him to teach me. Maybe I can also start making millions in the comfort of my home. Let's welcome my brother Barham Theos. Thanks for coming, brother.
My brother to be here.
Yeah. Tell the people here, our viewers, a little bit about yourself and how you're doing this incredible thing.
First of all, my name is Theos Barham. I am a social media influencer. I do marketing, and I'm a director. I have a company. I may not mention the name because we didn't pay for the advert. So, yeah, I have a company, and we deal in everything to do with entertainment, but still we do internet marketing.
Okay.
So previously, when I joined the gig economy, it was all about followers. You have to be having numbers in order to tap into the social media marketing, and most of the companies, they'll be looking for people who have numbers, because it's the numbers that really help you to reach a bigger audience. For
numbers don't lie,
and numbers really don't lie. That's the fact. Then later, I thought of creating a company to make sure that I actually help even other friends of mine. And it is through the company that we secure the gigs. Then after securing the gigs, we hire these different influencers, and they get paid at the end of the week or at the end of the month.
So I want to know clear about this thing. So you created a company with your friends, and you've hired different influencers.
Yes.
You've put them, organized them under one umbrella, which is your company.
Yes.
And they use just their smartphones and their computers with their social media platforms, which they create at zero cost, and they are earning these lots of money for being on social media and getting numbers. Let's go for a very quick break, and we shall come back to dive into this topic. We shall dig down into it, and we'll see how these guys are making these lots of money, and how come URA has not come up to make noise for them, because I mean, we know what URA always does, all the companies and everyone that is making a little bit of some money in their pockets. So let's be back shortly, and we'll continue with Theos telling us about this gig economy. How do I get the numbers? I personally have been struggling with social media.
Actually, you don't just wake up in the morning and get numbers. And it's all about knowing what you want from the beginning. Me personally, I didn't know what I wanted from the beginning. I had numbers, but I didn't know how I could use the numbers.
How you can monetize your numbers on social media
and gain out of them.
Yeah.
And it took me. I think I joined Twitter in 2017, but I became serious with Twitter during the lockdown. And that's when I started getting...
That was 2020.
That was 2020.
About 3 years?
About a period of 3 years. But I was on Twitter, I had only 1,000 followers. And, because of the lockdown and people had a lot of time for social media, that's when I really focused on really getting more followers. And after getting more followers, I had people who would always say that they are doing gigs and they're getting money out of them. And I can tell you that my first gig, I was paid 20,000 for a week.
20,000 for a week.
Yeah, for a week. And I was
Uganda shillings.
Ugandan shillings. And I was doing 2 tweets a day. That is in the morning and in the
There is
evening.
someone who told me that actually to be an influencer or to get those gigs, you don't actually need to be having 20k followers, 30k. Can someone with 1k followers also tap into that economy?
Yeah, first of all, you have to first know what your followers want. Because before you can wake up in the morning and you take up a gig, you have to first know your followers.
Yeah.
What do they like? And then create content in line with what your followers really
Yeah.
like. And when you're creating content about any business, it has to be relatable with the people that really follow you, that engage with your content. So these days, it's not about the numbers per se.
Yeah.
It's about the engagement. Like how many people really see your tweets when you put them out.
Yeah.
Because you may be having 20k or 100k followers, but when you put there a gig tweet, you get
No one
only 2
responds to
likes.
it.
Imagine you have 100k followers, but
Yeah.
when you put there a tweet of a gig, you get only 2 likes, you get only 10 likes. It doesn't really count so much. And someone who has actually 2,000, 3,000 followers, he
Yeah.
puts there a gig tweet and he gets 90 people who are engaging with the tweet. And when you get 90 people who are engaging with the tweet, that means the impression is way too high. You can get up to 10k people who have seen the tweet on their timelines. So it makes much more sense when you have engagement than when you have big following.
Yeah. Okay, this is becoming now more technical. That means that within the numbers I have on my platform, I have to first study the audience.
Yes.
Which kind of audience am I attracting?
Yes.
And which kind of content do I put out for them that they like?
Yes.
So if I put the content out there, do they really engage and be within the content and they love it and they are responding to it?
Yes.
So there is a need for me to study the audience to know the kind of content I'm putting out. Also, how about the timing? Does timing matter?
It all starts with your niche. Like, what is your niche? What kind of content do you put on your timeline?
Yeah.
And after that, the timing also matters because, like during morning time, those are rush hours.
Yeah.
It's when people are rushing to their workplaces, and that is the time actually most of the people have time to be on their phones.
Oh, really? When they are rushing?
Because
Maybe when they're in jam?
Now, when you wake up in the morning, I want to ask you a question. What is that first thing do you do?
Oh, that's very true. I check my emails.
You check your email,
Yes.
you check your phone. So there are people who wake up in the morning and the first thing they do is check on the timeline.
Yeah.
What's going on? And when you're going to work, it depends on which type of transport you use to reach your work. So most of the Ugandans use taxis.
Yeah.
And that is the time when someone is scrolling on the phone until they reach their workplace.
workplace.
So the timing, I could say between 7 a.m. in the morning and at least 10 a.m. That's when you should really put there a very important business tweet. Then the rest of the times, it can be during the lunchtime and even during the evening time.
So morning, lunchtime, and evening.
evening.
So you target when people are free
When
and they
people
have
are
time
free and they have time
to
to
check their
check.
platforms.
Yeah, sure.
That's really amazing. So let me ask you, has URA followed you yet?
I beg your pardon?
URA.
URA?
URA is not going to watch this video. Because URA is tapping
You
into each
heard-
and every business that is being
Yeah,
created
you heard of the
here.
rumors when URA wanted to tax influencers, but
Yeah.
it is very tricky to tax influencers because most of the times you don't know the person who's behind the account. There are people who have anonymous accounts, they have big following, and they have gigs. They're posting about different businesses, and we have businesses that come from abroad. For example, betting companies, and there are marketplace companies that have like applications, and they always want to promote them on social media. But fast forward, betting companies pay taxes.
Yes, they pay.
Businesses pay taxes. So at the end of the day, the taxes they pay is part of the money that they pay us, because when you're doing your business and you have a marketing department, at the end of the day, what the marketing department brings into your business, it also helps in paying taxes. So I don't see a reason of URA taxing us, because our money is already taxed before it reaches us.
So the companies that you work for pay tax on your behalf.
They pay taxes on our behalf. So for us, we receive clean money.
The
I would
iron
call
or
it like,
the iron or the products here could be because you also have a company.
yes, I
So
also have a company.
so that company
and I
also
pay taxes.
pays taxes.
Yes. So if I secure a gig,
Eh.
at the end of the day, the money I work in a period of time, it is always taxed. I have to pay taxes. So I am making money, but still I have to pay taxes. So at the end of the day, it all rotates back to the URA,
To
the
URA.
tax man, because they really get they get their taxes
You
from
are
us and
you
from
are
the money we make. Yeah.
you are right. It is a bone, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I think we should get the way of how URA can really reduce on some of these small gigs that the youth are working, because we are all about promoting the youth and making sure they get jobs and they earn a living. So
Yeah.
such small gigs, I think URA should surrender and sacrifice to us so that we can also earn something. Let's go for a very quick break. When we come back, we shall dive into, do they really train these influencers, or these are the people that are bringing negativity on social media and all the kind of stuff? What do they do to make sure that they are providing real content and the content that is really positive and constructive to the brands they are representing? How do they make sure that if I'm representing a particular brand, I'm not actually spoiling it by the content I put out when I'm not working for that brand? Let's get back for this short break and we shall come back for more. Welcome back from that short commercial break, and we are continuing with Theos here. We are having a conversation, a great conversation where everyone wants to do this. I personally also want to do this because these guys are making money that is actually tripling our salary here. So we really have to make sure and how we are, and they are tapping into the international economy. They are having companies outside the country, outside the region, outside the continent, giving them gigs and earning lots of money out of it. So if everyone can do this, this can be a game changer. We have youth talking about unemployment. They are crying, they have no jobs, but they have phones, they are home seated dancing on TikTok. But there is a gold mine right here. So Theos, back to you. I want to get to know, because there is a lot of things that are going on, especially when it comes to social media. There is a lot of bias that has been created because everything comes from there, whether it's negative, positive, people touching brands upside down. How do you make sure as your company, because I know the reason also you might have created the company is to have an organized way of operation, so that you have the influencers that these come from this company, they are trusted, they are credible. How do you make sure of that, the credibility and
basically, people put out different contents.
yeah.
And like I said, everyone has his niche. There are people who are cloud chasers, and they think that they can really get a big following, they can get followers
Yes.
by being negative to other people and what other people. It involves a lot of things. It involves body shaming. It involves, violence and attacking. Everyone
And
that comes. On
sorry
the
to
time.
cut you short. Do you know the irony of that is that I've been on social media, and the people that have actually the numbers are people who do the negative things, people who do the body shaming, people who do all kind of sorts, negative information, negative content are the ones with the numbers. And this economy of ours needs numbers.
Now, it is not about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really if you can really make enough research on that, because it's not only the people that have the big following that are actually being negative. There are a lot of people on the internet, a lot of people on Twitter that have a big following, but they are not negative.
Yeah, true.
And because I'll give you an example, people like Carol, people like Bradley Calvin, though he doesn't do gigs, people like Lone Child. They have a big following. They're in 100,000 people that are following them. But they wake up in the morning and they attack a brand, or they attack someone, or they body shame anyone.
Yeah.
But they have a big following. It's something that people have locked themselves in, thinking that they can actually pull it off by being negative to other people and get the following. And let me tell you the truth. There is no one who's gonna work with you when you're negative. There is no one who's gonna give you a gig when you're actually body shaming other people. Because who will associate his brand with someone who posts negative things?
Absolutely, no one. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what are you selling to people? And it's not that everybody actually who is actually body shaming is really earning. Of some people have nothing to lose, and they just wake up in the morning and they start body shaming other people because They are not actually doing gigs.
Yeah, sure, which is really very wrong. And talking about having a niche, yeah, actually, you just reminded me of a neighbor. I have a neighbor where I stay, and she told me she's a healthy communication specialist, just digital wise.
Yeah.
So what she did for her, she specialized in anything concerning with healthy. So she has these big organizations that are dealing with HR, sexual reproductive, human, menstrual hygiene. A lot of organizations she is influencing for them. That's her niche, healthy. So how do I find my niche?
I would ask you a question right
Yeah.
now. What do you love most? Like, what do you love to do?
I might say football.
Football.
Yes.
Then let your content be around football.
Around football.
Like everything to do with football. Now, in doing that, that means you're tapping into companies like betting companies.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about football so much. People who actually have businesses in betting, they will always look at you because you know very much about football, and you can really put their brand out in a very good way.
Yeah.
Another thing, let's say you are a podcaster, you talk about different diverse things,
Yeah.
focus on podcasts and talk about let at least 100% of your content that you put up, at least let 95% be about what you really do and love most, because there will always be people who will be looking for someone who is in line with what they are doing. There is someone who really wants to advertise with a podcaster. There is someone who will always want to advertise with someone who is a football enthusiast. There is someone who will always want to advertise with someone who is funny.
With the two privileges,
there
like
are
beer.
people who are comedians and literally whatever they tweet about is funny. And there is someone who will always want to tap in that market that really want funny things. So when you do that, now you're attracting an audience that really love football, an audience that really love someone who's funny, an audience that really love someone who is into health, because they want to get information and know anything and everything to do with
I think that's very amazing. I think when you say that, actually by doing that, you also as an individual creating your own brand and your own profile. So if I need content to do with health, I know I've been seeing you, everything you post about is healthy, you're well researched, you're informed about that field, that area, so you have all the information. So anything concerning with that, you'll be the right person to approach. So that is the profile, that's the brand that you're creating for your own.
Actually, it is
for your own
about
self.
building
Actually,
your own
yes,
brand.
it's actually more than the company that you're influencing for.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because I can relate. There is a friend of mine on Twitter. She actually has, I think, about 500 followers. Not very many views and not very many are following, like in thousands, but 500. But let me tell you what, she has found her niche in just creating small business ideas. She makes sure that every day she puts up an idea about business, about starting snacks, selling fruits, and she
I have actually seen that
exactly,
happen,
and she's having a lot of
A lot
people
of
following
engagement.
her engagements.
Yes.
And you wonder if there's someone with 2,000 but no engagement.
Yes.
Oh my-
And if you can see her tweets very well, you
Yes.
find she has like 1,000 likes.
Yes.
Which doesn't really
Which
correlate
doesn't-
with the number of
exactly.
followers that she has. That's what I was really talking about. It's not about the numbers. It's about what people want.
Oh, this is amazing, guys. I have learned something new today. So I've known that it's not all about my numbers. I can also be an influencer. If I start now talking about my favorite drink today, and everyone who loves that very drink will come and engage me about it, and we shall get into conversation. And before you know, I have more and more engagement, which will maybe later on maybe become following, a very big following for me. So that is something I need to know. Hope you've learned something as well. Let's go for a very quick short break, and then we shall come up and wrap up with Theos. He will tell us how we can find him, those with companies, those with big brands, and you really want him to do the best for you to grow your brand. He's the right person for you. Let's get back shortly. Welcome back from that short break. We are still here with my brother Theos, and we are talking about the gig economy. We are talking about the influencers. You guys, when you hear about the influencers, you think about like, oh, these are just people on social media writing whatever they feel like writing. But these guys are actually making money, and you don't know. You're there sleeping, writing applications, writing CVs, which are being thrown away, and you end up not getting a call. You have a phone seated with it, you have data they buy for you, or you buy for yourself in the house, but you don't know how best you can utilize this opportunity. But here, we bring you the right way to do it, actually. Let's get back in Theos and tell us more about it, and as we wrap up this show, and we know how can we get to him. Yeah, Theos, really appreciate that you came here, because I have learned a lot, and I'm pretty sure that everyone that is watching this very show has also learned something from this gig economy. We're no longer complaining. Let's make use of the technology and the era that we are in.
Yeah.
Let's have your parting shots as we wrap up this show.
All I can say is you can do anything as long as you want it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be limited by what people say. You don't have to be limited by anything around you. You can use everything that you have to make sure that you earn a living.
Yeah.
It's about being positive, and that can really help you to achieve a lot of things. So yeah, basically that is it. And use your phone, because I remember my dad telling me, you've been on your phone, I will see whatever you will earn or gain from it. But I have proved him wrong, because I have had a lot of things, a lot of investments that I've made just because of my
Because
phone.
of your phone.
Yeah.
That's right. In this era, in this digital era we are in now, information is a commodity. You can access it in 0 seconds at no cost. So let's make use of that information. You no longer need to go to school to go and get the information. All the content that you need, you're actually moving with it in your pocket, in your handset. So let's make use of this amazing era. There is no better generation to live in as this. I've seen that one person who's actually a TikToker. Not in Uganda. He migrated from Ghana to Italy. I don't know if you've seen that. He does funny videos on TikTok. No speaking, just action.
Yeah. Kobe.
I really don't know his name very well, but he normally does some funny videos.
Guy, yeah.
Yes, he's a black guy from Ghana, and he is now a millionaire in Italy.
Yeah, it's just because
In bigger stores,
Yeah.
Ferrari, Nike is doing amazingly well. That has been it for all, and this is what we intend to do for you. Our role at this show as Identity Talk with EJ is to help you young people out there who are consumed with personal growth, self-improvement, and changing your physical avatars. And we are sure going to do it, and we are doing it. See you next time. Bye.